tonight, as I'm plotting and planning my homebrew D&D game, set in a fictional fantasy version of Iceland, I am focusing on a tavern called the Drunken Drake, the title of which came out of this wonderful book by Roll and Play Press called the Game Master's Fantasy Toolkit, and it's got 200 pages of rollable tables covering everything from combat to items to loot to terrain, encounters, and of course world building. The name I picked, which is Drunken Drake, was actually inspired by this rollable table, so you don't actually have to roll. If you see some words and like the combination of them, use them. It's entirely up to you. See the word drunken there. They didn't have Drake on the list, but I quite liked that way it sounds, Drunken Drake. It sounds like a cheap sailor's tavern, which is what I'm hoping it might be, but we shall see, because I am going to roll on the other rollable tables to determine its features. So, the Drunken Drake requires 1d4 to determine its appearance. So if we look to my thing, I'm going to roll a d4, and that number is A2. So the Drunken Drake, we have a well-kept appearance. Okay, now for their prices. Roll again. Oh, it's a 1. They have a well-kept appearance and their prices are extortionate, usually. Okay, that's interesting. And their bar is... Roll again. That's another 1. So that our bar is heaving all the time. Makes sense, as it's a port city and then there's lots of traders and sailors coming and going, and of course adventurers. So now the barkeep. The barkeep is known to be a... That's another 1. Oh dear, they're going to be rude. That's another 1. A rude formal. Oh my gosh. I think they're going to be a strong, strict sailor type. Another 1. Blimey. A rude formal human. Okay, I'm immediately thinking grumpy old Popeye the Sailor Man type character for this tavern. So although the outside appearance is well kept, now we're going to look at the interior. And for this we need a 1d8. Put the 1d4 back in the box, get the d8 out, which I believe is this one. Yep, that's the one. Give it a roll. 4. Where are we? Oh, it's triangular with stone windows and tall ceilings. Indicate this inn was once a temple. The pews have been moved into the centre and seat many customers who often debate politics and religion. Okay, that's interesting. It does actually work with my home city because it has a university in it, and therefore scholars. And it is also a great holy city because it is the founding city of the dragonkind who settled on my island of Thule. So, there you have it. Even though they're incredibly random, the results, but they've got plenty of options, sometimes, the answers may not seem to work at first, but when you think about it, they can actually fit into your world. So this is really handy for plotting as I am in advance, or if you happen to have your party wander into any village, town or hamlet that has a pub or a tavern, and you're thinking, gosh, what's it called? What's it going to be like? What are the prices like? Is it busy, quiet? Who's the barkeep? And of course the interior for world building. So I'm quite pleased with that. I am very pleased with that results. Highly recommend. Well done, Roll and Play. Thank you for building the Drunken Drake for me.